Here we go. I'm live again. Right, guys. Yesterday I ballsed up when I did my live. Initially, I started talking before I actually checked if anyone was on live. So, if you are live and you can see me making this message for the first minute or so, please just let me know you're here by giving me a like or just saying, hey, Paul, just so I know I'm actually hitting people. Today, I'm going to expand on my thrive mindset, military mindset over the survive mindset. Like I said, I'm going to put these videos out there for you guys to either listen to them or ignore them. Right, I just want to put the information out there. So I'm going to expand on what I talked about yesterday. But I'm going to say something that's going to be massively unpopular when I start talking. It's going to... Guys, I think there's 5 of you on. If you're there, just give me a hi or give me a like, just so I know you're there. I need to make sure people are here first. Because I am a proper guff at ensuring this technology works properly. Yo, cheers Nick, appreciate it, dude. Right, like I said yesterday, if you've not seen it, check out my profile. There's a video about military mindset, 5 things you can do to change your mind in a panic, fear, scared world that people are in right now. So it's changing your mindset from a survival mode to a thrive mode, and it's very, very pertinent, you know. And luckily for me, having spent 16 years in the military, and at other time, it allowed me to have this different mindset, almost like a closed off emotional mindset to things. It's just negative sometimes in real life, but it's something I've had to adapt over time. But today, yeah, I'm going to talk about something that's massively unpopular, and it's hugely unpopular for this reason. Let me just make sure all the technology is working as it should be. Yeah, the reason it's massively unpopular because I'm going to say a statement, right, and loads of you are going to go, fuck off, you idiot, what are you talking about? But it's this: loan to grow. Now, right now, that is pretty much miles away from anyone's mindset, right? Is to actually lend some money from anywhere. But ultimately, you need money to grow. You need money to bunker down and change things, right? But let's not get hung up on the word loan. I just want to, and the reason for that was yesterday. I'm lucky enough to be associated and attached to a lot of people that have a lot of investment money. And I got on a call with one of the guys. He's got a lot of money. And I was just chatting to him about stocks and shares and how that market's going. No, I'm not involved in stocks and shares, but he was telling me about it and talking about how they move money away from crypto and they bunker it down to biotech and stuff like that. Or they see markets drop and they put it back in. It's super complex to me. I don't get involved in stocks and shares. There's enough of you guys on my profile that have a lot of knowledge when it comes to stocks and shares. However, what he did say was, and from his experiences of we're not in a recession, but the last recession and coming through a last recession was, there's massive opportunity where a lot of businesses go back and hide and shy away from the situation they're in right now. And literally, you could be a business right now, let's say you're doing 200 grand a year. Let's say you're doing 100 grand a year. There's businesses, right, you were doing well, right, in your eyes, but you're probably fearful about revenue. These guys will just come in and swoop in, see an opportunity, pump significant money into a niche market, and then by the time everyone's got their feet back on the floor and got the business running again, these guys are ahead of you. They're already ahead of you. And so it twisted my mind to about having a different mindset and when we're going through a situation in life where people are fearful of, you know, where their business is going to be. Because if you're a business owner on here right now and you've got any sort of business, you're probably fearful, right, unless you're doing serious money. So think of it this way, right? If you're you're not going to be in a war zone, but if you're in a war zone and you were there fighting, firefighting on your own, team of 6, I've got plenty of pals, ex-army lads, ex-special forces lads, been in these situations. When they're getting suppressed and pushed back and they can't go anywhere, they call in the big boys, they call in the bombers, they come in and drop a shit ton of missiles on the enemy, right, to get rid of it. And that is what I would refer to like, it's like a loan, right? You haven't got the equipment or the funds or anything right now to survive on your own. So therefore, you call in the big guns. They come and they drop the bombs. Now, that's what I mean by loan to grow. Right now, it's the polar opposite to what you're thinking. For you to get out of the situation you are right now, you have to go more into debt. It's such a crazy thought process. And it's something, even though I think Grant Cardone is a super plum, right? He said this, and I never got it when he first said it, but it's actually quite true. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate or if you're in a normal business or your service business or you sell products. Ultimately, right now is a really tricky situation, and it could really super seriously bite you in the arse. So how do you get out of that situation where you can go, okay, I'll retire into myself and save all the pains I've got and quit and delete my digital TV membership and my Netflix and my Amazon Prime and all the little things you can save, which you're going to save yourself about $200-300 a month, right? But are they going to save your business? Are they going to allow you to plow money back into your business to scale it? Look, people are putting, right, so think about it this way. Let's say your niche market had 100 brands in there, right? And you're one of them. This situation right now, probably 70 of them are going, whoa, fucking shit myself, I'm pulling themselves backwards, right? They're pulling themselves backwards. My head is that gives you the 30 brands that are left, gives them opportunity. And right, gives them opportunity because the others are pulling back. So if you just maintain what you're doing right now, you're already ahead. You then elevate what you're doing now, go hyperactive, right? Everything you do, hyperactive, all the money you spend on ads and SEO, and I'll get onto SEO in a bit, or search engine, right? Then suddenly you're ahead. But there's guys that are going to come in, right, that just see an opportunity in the market where a lot of businesses are falling back, pulling back, stressing out, not spending money. They're going to dive in, they're going to go straight to number one, or number two, or number three, by power of money. Just power of spend always works. So it's a mindset. It's a mindset you need to really think about. Is like going to more debt. It's a crazy mindset of going to more debt. But ultimately, if you get a loan from a bank, or you get investment money, that's paid back over time. But it can save and thrive your business right now. And this is what the guy was saying. I was chatting to. He's saying the businesses and the investors that had this thrive mentality back in the last recession, I think it was 2007, something like that, 2009. It said they just blew it up at the back end of it. They started as in the recession. As they came out of the recession, they just scaled massively. Everything because people had more money to spend, and they just blew their business up. So that really got me thinking. That's why I thought I better put this post out there. I'm spending more now on things that allow my business to grow. Not only am I spending more time, which is my time, I'm spending more financial cash on creating things and doing things, because I want to thrive in this situation. I think there's a lot of people in the space that I work in, a lot of people online, a lot of people in business that listen to all this fucking bullshit fluff all the time, and no one tells them the real truth. And everyone says, do this, that, and the other, but ultimately I'm just a fucking real dude who's been the forces, and I'm going to say it as it is, right? And you've got to do the shit you always say you're going to do. And the reason you're in this situation right now is because you've played at business, and you've played at business to a point where when anything happens, you haven't protected yourself. You haven't put the plan B to Z in place, so you're secure. Your income's not secure. Your revenue's not secure. Your family not secure because you played at business. You've not created a stable, predictable income, right? When someone searches on Google, do they find you? Yes or no is the answer. If they do not find you, you need to change everything, because Google and people searching on one of these, people searching on one of these and typing in what they're looking for and you popping up gives you predictable income. Right? People saying, I know I'm spending money at the moment. Yes, they fucking are. People are spending a fortune on toilet roll. People will be spending a fortune on survival equipment in America because they're all about to go to arms to defend themselves. Defend their right to freedom. People are spending a lot, not spending money on travel, not spending money on, definitely not on cruise ships, but they're spending money. And if you're in the right place, in the right market, they're spending money on fitness, they're stuck at home. They're spending money everywhere. But your business needs to be the number one business that's going to rise out of the negative shit that's going on right now. And the only way sometimes you can do that, and the only way you can be able to afford to have an SEO strategy, and the only way you can be able to afford to have a new website, the only way forward you can have Facebook ads, is by lending money and having a strategy behind it. Too many of you are thinking about where your cash flow is right now, right? And that's not going to work, right? So you have to go out there. Like I said yesterday, do way more. Be hyper in everything you do. Everything you do by communicating and connecting with your audience, right? And then ultimately you need then to apply real business tactics to your business to allow you to thrive and grow out of this thing that's going to happen. And this thing that's going to happen is a lot of these businesses are going to collapse. Loads are going to collapse. Probably I'm speaking to one of you now, or many of you now, and your business is going to collapse. You probably already know that, right? And that's an unfortunate part of the world. And what I'm fearful of is when that happens is that there's going to be a lot of stress and depression with people. So outside this live I'm doing now, please keep an eye on people, because there's going to be some serious damage come out of it, right? There's going to be some serious families in distress, people in distress, and no financial income, right? Because it's not because they're small thinking, it's because they just don't know what to do. So if I can be the voice to some people that's just fucking real and not bullshit fluff and trying to suck you into things, I'll give this for free and then you'll end up getting this. Look, I am a business, but ultimately what I do really care about is people not going into this depressive. I've been there. It's fucking horrible. Getting close to them suicide thoughts, I've been there. It's horrible. So I don't want people going there. But I am going to be real. To pull yourself out of the situation you're in right now, you have to go and get funds to allow you to grow out of it. right? Investors are probably not going to invest in your business right now because they don't see it. They'll invest with people like myself who can create environments or create brands and create the strategies and marketing strategies and digital strategies around them and traffic strategies to accelerate past people. That's why one of the conversations I was having yesterday. From that conversation made me realize that I need to tell you guys that you have to learn to grow. That's just part of the way the world's going to be if you want to grow out of it. So it's a really hard concept to get yourself into more debt. But ultimately, if you've got a mortgage and a flashy car and pointless shit in your house, you're in debt anyway. And you're in debt for luxury, personal reasons, which is not driving your business. So if you've got a Mercedes, and you've got a nice 6-bedroom house or 5-bedroom house or a house that's fucking pointless, right? You're in debt for luxury shit you don't really need. Do you need a 5-bedroom house when you're building a business? Do you need a Mercedes car? No. Do you need an expensive watch? No. Do you need the pompous Dubai holidays when you try and grow a business? Do you fuck? You need to grow your business, which then will in time pay you that back, and then you can live the life. You can live in the sun. You can live in places where you don't have to worry about stress. So when something like what's happening right now in the world with coronavirus and the fact that the economic world is changing massively and banks trying to lend money and Facebook's trying to give away credit so you can do stuff, right? The world's changing, and if you're in a situation where you're stressed about the finances and how your business is going to survive, you haven't done the right shit at the start. You focused on all the nice stuff that makes you feel great. So this is why I'm sharing with you this. It's just learn to grow. There's a massive shift, and right now it's not even peaked yet, and everything's gonna dive off. That's my opinion, right? Everything's gonna dive off. People are gonna be fearful of spending, so investors are not going to invest because they're not sure where to put their investment. So you're stuck in the middle. Investors are not going to invest in your business. People are not going to buy products. They do, but they're not going to buy products if you're targeting the wrong people because they're fearful where their cash is going to go. Have they got jobs? Is the business they work for going to go bust, right? And you're a business in the middle, right? So what can you do, right? You just grow your business. Start fucking acting like a real business. Do the things you need to do, right, to grow that business. You've got to do all the things right now that you should have done 2 years ago. You should have done 3 years ago. You've not protected your business. You've not protected your army, your team around you. It's your family, your house. You've not protected it because you played at business. Now it's time to be a real business. And that means getting money, whether it's a loan off your family. Again, I'm saying you've got to get in debt to make more money. That's just a reality. I'm not telling you to go and get debt. Do not go in debt if you've got a negative mindset. You have to have a massive positive mindset and a structure and a business plan in place to borrow money and blow your business up, right? But that's what most people need to do right now because they're in a situation where they're panicking because they haven't got the money, because they didn't do the real stuff when they were scared in their business. They focused on the luxury shit, have a nice house, nice car, nice watches, nice holidays, basically trying to show off to your next door neighbour, my dick's bigger than yours type thing, ego stuff. Bollocks to it. Once I wanted Aston Martin, I don't want Aston Martin anymore. However, Phil, my buddy, has got a lovely Aston Martin. But he's worked his fucking ass off to get where he is today, to have a business that allows him to buy an Aston Martin and be comfortable when the world financially goes into crisis. He'll be comfortable. He lives in a nice house, he's got a nice car, and he's wealthy because he provided a service and built a real business. Sorry, Phil, for not calling you out, but mentioning you there, but because I talk about an Aston Martin. So build a real business. That's what it's about. So and that was all I do. I don't want these lives to be too long, so I'm sorry I'm going to be like one of these military sort of talking at you. I never want to talk at you. I want to talk with you because I understand where you're at. I've been there. I've been there where I made a bad decision in business. One of my supplement business, I set up 7-figure men's health award-winning business, made one fucking bad decision, and it just all collapsed in on me. And that spun me into this spiral of depression, anxiety, fucking panic attacks, fucking horrible. I still have a few every now and then from that, But I learned a massive lesson there is that you need to protect your house. It's an Under Armour saying, actually, protect this house. And something when people go, why should I get in debt to make more money? Think about it like this. Nike spend more on marketing than Under Armour generating revenue. Right? Yeah, Nike are a big business, they've got a lot of cash that can blow. But think of it that way. How can you ever compete in your market if you do not have any money to compete? If you're trying to do it on a whim, I don't know, someone's messaging me, I'm not a clue what she's saying. Too bold. I don't know what that means. Anyway, you need to be in a position in your market to be able to compete and be able to be in front of people. So what does it take right now? Before you get a loan or lend money or do anything or go into your savings to grow your business, think of a plan. If you haven't got a plan, go and speak to people. There's people that can help you, right? I'm not interested in any of yours money. All I'm interested in is you ensuring you survive through this process. So you've got two options. You work harder than everybody else, but there's always a limitation with that because you need financial funds to drive adverts, to do search engine optimization, to do the things, build brands, packaging, whatever it is, to be bigger than everybody else, or to grow out of this situation right now. You need finances, so you're gonna have to find them. But don't ever loan money unless you've got a business plan in place. But that's the whole point. It's loan to grow. It's the polar opposite to what everyone else is probably going to tell you. You're in debt, or you think you're about to go in debt, and you're about to go in more debt to grow out of this situation. Look, and that's I want your brain's thinking differently. Everyone's in survival mode. No one's in this thrive mode. No one's in this mindset of an entrepreneur back then 2007, 2009 recession, whenever it was, it finished. That one conversation I had yesterday, and talking with a guy who'd been through it, and hence why people knocking on my door now that have got big businesses that want to grow further, because they're seeing the opportunity in when everyone else is caving in on themselves, that people can shine. So that's what I want you guys to know. So anyway, so that's pretty much it. I don't want to beat the bush too much about that, but if you've got any questions right now, say them. I'm here live. You might as well ask me some questions. Let's see what the comment said. But yeah, it's polar opposite to what people are telling you, and I'm just gonna be honest and talk to it. Well, I do it anyway, but I'm just gonna do it now live because one, I'm doing live because it's good for me to learn how to speak in public effectively in front of a camera, to a camera. But I speak too fast. I mumble my words. I've got a weird English accent, and 90% of my clients are American, so I need to understand to slow down. So what someone said, absolutely scary truth, invest more. Nick, that's the way, mate, right? Unfortunately, if to bail yourself out of a conundrum that most businesses are in, they need to, rise out of it through financial gains by being in front of more people. Look, ultimately, this is the point, right? When people talk about SEO, I'm going to talk about that. When people talk about SEO, all sorts of weird shit comes up. What is SEO effectively? SEO by a real expert, right? A real proper on-page, off-page, architecture build an SEO strategist ultimately allows your business to drive more leads and more sales to your website that convert, and that is it. Yeah, power failure, guys. What a load of shit that is. Let me just adjust this camera. That's the real life, see? Battery ran out. Battery ran out on my camera. There you go. Yeah, so, apologise for the last 60 seconds, 90 seconds, or whatever it was. This is the reality. What real SEO is about is driving more clients, more leads, and more sales clients to your website, and then converting them. That's what Omit is about. It's about them making Google believe you're the authority in your space, and that's what it's about, right? So if someone's Googling right now, or searching for what you do as a business, what you sell as a product or a service, and then you come up on page one and people find you, it's predictable income, right? Because if you stay there and you spend more money in doing that, and and you're on page one for, let's say, 600 keywords, right? Then people are predictably going to come to your business all the time and buy. It also depends on what you sell and stuff, but that's why Facebook ads are great, but most of the time they're a workaround, right? And they get people into your network. But there's a whole 360 solution to it. The first thing is getting a click to your website. Then once you're on your website, then it's doing the magic, retargeting, getting them onto an email list, making them a customer first time, upselling them to more stuff. It's just the way it is, right? And then you haven't got that predictability, and you can't do a lot of that if you haven't got money. Yeah, you can do like awesome things like 5-day free challenges and stuff like that, and get people into your network. I know a lot of people have made a lot of money from that, but ultimately, you can start off with that. You get your first sort of so anything you can start with. The first 1,000 customers can probably come from your network you've got already, or your first 100 customers. But after that, you have to reach out, and to reach out, you've got to spend money. And that's what I'm talking about, learning to grow. Because right now, you're all worried about where your next customer's coming from. Yeah, guys, sorry about that interruption. I probably look like a right arse. The fact that I was moving around, trying to work out, and I went to my other camera. But yeah. Right, okay, brilliant. So, questions here. Let's have a look. That's what we got here. So, Mark, you have a weird accent and you are weird. Dude, I'm happy with that, man. I'm totally happy with my weird accent and weird, weird voice. That's just me. And you're here listening to me, so it's awesome. But anyway, okay, what you put? Upping my SEO, and I have noticed a big difference in traffic. Right, dude, if you're able to tell me what you've changed, and how much it's changed your traffic. Was it something I said, or was it something I triggered you to do? I'd be keen to understand that, because I know we've had a few conversations privately about, you know, you upping your SEO game. So therefore, but yeah, if you could give some context around that, would be fantastic. Because reality is, I can talk all fucking day long, but it doesn't matter. But I'm not here. I'm not an SEO expert, right? It's just that my focus is always in brand and organic scaling the brands, right? Through paid advertisement or through organic traffic or organic being a human, right? So that's all part of the big consultation stuff I do. But again, I don't want to get onto that shit. This whole point of this is getting you guys to understand the loan to grow that you've got to spend to get out there. But I think it's probably time I just stop this, because I've just talked about bollocks and I made a balls up at the end. But yeah. Yeah, alright guys. I'm going to end that live right now, but the whole point of my thing was I just want to say something that's different to what everyone else is telling you. Most people are telling you. That to get yourself out of this situation right now, you've got to go all in. Go all in from the stuff I said yesterday about, you know, work harder than people, do more than people, you know, focus more on connecting with your audience than anyone else would do. And this time it's now like you've got to go and spend the money to start growing, because to grow out this scenario, you're probably going to have to get more debt, which is weird. But ultimately, you're in low debt anyway, because you've got a posh house or a big house you can't really afford because you got on a mortgage. You've got a big car that you don't really need. You got all the trimmings to show off to, you know, the Joneses. So just focus on what's real. Ignore all the fucking bullshit and just grow a fucking great business. Because honestly, right now, the opportunity has never been big. Opportunity has never been bigger to get a great business. It seems really weird to say that, but so many people are caving in. You just rise to the top. Cream always rises to the top. And if you focus on that mentality, you're going to win. But anyway, guys, that's it. 22 minutes. That's pretty short for me, even though I speak 100 mile an hour. And yeah, goodbye. Have a great day. Be safe. Glove up. Mask up.